Tonight, a new record, BSU coming together for One Ball State Day, looking to raise money in what is the university's biggest fundraiser of the year. With just 3 hours to go, an update on how much money has been donated.
New guidance, mask wearing no longer required throughout the state of Indiana. The ball now in the court of local governments. President Biden wanting to get shots in arms even quicker. What he wants states to do.
Urgent warning, Washington still on edge following Friday's attack at the U.S. Capitol. This as the officer killed is laid to rest.
Stopping the leak, what officials think caused the catastrophe in the Tampa Bay Reservoir. And hold the ketchup, why it might be harder to find the next time you go out to eat. I'm Grace Bankowski.
And I'm Alex Almanza, plus up to the minute weather conditions. This is Delaware County's only live television newscast.
From the heart of Ball State University, live from the Unified Media Newsroom, NewsLink Indiana starts right now.
Smashing records, the university breaking last year's One Ball State Day total, and the amount of money raised just keeps growing.
NewsLink Indiana's Emily Harless leads us off tonight live in the newsroom. Emily, how much money has been raised?
Alex and Grace, so far just over $665,000 has been raised today. BSU passed last year's records just before 6 p.m. And this is from donations from faculty, graduates, family members, and some students. But even amidst the pandemic, students were still able to get together to celebrate the day.
Tuesday, marking the third One Ball State Day, the biggest day of donations on campus.
It is a 24-hour virtual fundraising event that we have the opportunity to give back to the departments and scholarship funds that have helped us.
And as numbers continue to rise, so did the excitement.
People, you see them with a smile on their face, and that's really nice.
And to help people build that excitement, the BSU Foundation set up games, competitions,
There's this thing called I Spy Charlie.
and a big screen to watch the donations grow throughout the day. But the biggest hit?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The cardboard cutouts of the deans.
It's great because I love seeing my students in the college want to be part and engage with me.
Some deans, like Paige Turner, offering incentives to get people to donate.
Donating $500 to the best story on our story wall. In addition, when CCIM reaches 1,000 gifts, I will donate another $500.
And as donations keep piling up, organizers urge you to give what you can.
You can give $5, you can give $500, you can give any amount as long as it's more than $5.
Donations will be accepted until midnight online at oneballstate.bsu.edu. You can also find out more information about the day's events as well as how to donate at ballstatedaily.com. Now looking once again at the total, just under $667,000, so just a little bit of a change from before, but we will continue to monitor that situation for you throughout the rest of the show. But for now, live in the newsroom, Emily Harless, NewsLink Indiana.
Thank you, Emily. We'll be keeping you updated on One Ball State Day totals throughout the evening.
And you know, Alex, what a beautiful day for such an awesome event here on campus.
Oh yeah, and definitely not jeans weather, but weather forecaster Maddie Johnson has the latest. Hey, Maddie.
Yeah, hey, Alex and Grace. It definitely felt great out there today. April this year. Taking a look at radar right now, we're seeing cloud cover start to dissipate across the area. That's really leading to these cooling temperatures. Still quite warm out there, though. Right now, 73 here in Muncie, 69 in Indianapolis, 72 down to our south in Bloomington. As we look at the next 12 hours, it's going to be quite warm for an April night. Temperatures only dropping down into the upper 50s for lows. Coming up in my full forecast later on in the show, I'll have more on how much above average these temperatures will be. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Maddie. Starting today, Indiana's mask mandate is no more. The state now under a mask advisory. Following a decision from Governor Eric Holcomb, this means face coverings are now only a recommendation. However, they still must be worn in government buildings. Business owners can require customers to wear them. Delaware County won't impose its own mask mandate, but Ball State will still require masks on campus. A new model painting a heartbreaking picture. Researchers show nearly 40,000 children under 18 years old have lost a parent to COVID-19. The data is based on statistical modeling and not a survey or administrative data. It also shows black children have been disproportionately affected, making up 20% of those who've lost a parent to the virus.
Today, the Biden administration announced every adult will be eligible for a COVID-19 vaccine by April 19th. This is 2 weeks earlier than the original deadline of May 1st. While all states have opened eligibility to the public or announced to have a plan to do so, some states were not planning to open vaccination eligibility until May 1st. It's unclear how the new deadline will change state plans, but White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says the change was made possible because of an increase in vaccination supply.
What this announcement is conveying is we are at a point with the supply we have available, the number of vaccines, vaccination sites, vaccinators, where we believe everybody in the country should be eligible, can get in line by April 19th.
The UK government plans to test a COVID-19 vaccine passport over the coming weeks. The certification will allow people to return to large-scale events after being vaccinated and having a recent negative coronavirus test or a positive test within 6 months. Prime Minister Boris Johnson hoped this will help get his country back to normal while eliminating the risk of virus spread.
And back here in the U.S., the UK variant has now been detected in all 50 states. Experts say the B.1.1.7 variant can be more contagious and deadly than the earlier COVID-19 strands. The U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention says more than 15,000 cases of the UK variant have been reported nationwide. The CDC is also monitoring 2 other COVID-19 variants in the U.S. from South Africa and Brazil. And coming up, 2 people in critical condition after a shooting at Fort Detrick in Maryland, the latest on the investigation.
Plus, remembering a hero, the Capitol Police Department, and saying goodbye to its 3rd officer since January, how he's being honored. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, MITS will take you there.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. Today, officials in Tampa say progress is being made to prevent millions of gallons of wastewater from spilling into nearby homes and businesses. Last week, a leak in the containment wall was discovered at Piney Point, a former phosphate plant. Residents were evacuated on Thursday, and since then, crews have been pumping more than 30 million gallons of wastewater from that reservoir into Tampa Bay every day. Crews said today they believe they stopped a catastrophic breach, but Florida's Commissioner of Agriculture has said the full environmental impact of moving the wastewater to Tampa Bay is still unknown.
We are destroying the future of our state, and we cannot afford to do that. And if we had done what was right 20 years ago, and every subsequent administration since, if we had done what was right back then, we might not be on the hook right now for $200 million.
In Maryland, a man is dead after he shot 2 people at Fort Detrick this morning, leaving them in critical condition. Police say the suspect opened fire at a business in Frederick, Maryland, and then drove to Fort Detrick. Personnel on the base shot and killed him after he breached a gate. The motive for the shooting is unclear. The chief of the Frederick Police Department says this all needs to stop.
It's happening too frequently. Every time we turn on the TV, we're seeing something like this happen, and now it's happening in our backyard. So no one wants to see this type of thing. The most important thing that we want to reassure the community right now is that there's no further threat to the Frederick City and Frederick County residents.
The Capitol Police Union is speaking out, calling for increased security measures at the U.S. Capitol. This comes in the wake of an attack Friday that left one Capitol police officer dead.
Tonight, concrete barricades placed by the high fencing around the Capitol, a new security measure in the wake of Friday's car ramming attack that left a U.S. Capitol police officer and the suspect dead. All of this intensifying the debate over how to protect the Capitol after 2 attacks in just over 12 weeks.
It's going to always be a big target, and we've got to be ready 24/7.
We're also not used to this new threat environment. We're not used to people mounting an insurrection on the U.S. Capitol. We're not used to people trying to attack that symbol of democracy. That's the new normal.
This comes as the chairman of the U.S. Capitol Police Officers Union says the department is staggering under the weight of the recent attacks. With 3 officers having died, many others injured. The department is vastly understaffed, he says, officers exhausted, many looking for other jobs.
Working, large amounts of overtime is stressful in and of itself. That kind of adds to the stress that's already there.
Retired Lieutenant General Russell Honore, who led a security review of the Capitol following the January 6th attack, has recommended, among many other measures, mobile fencing that can easily be set up and taken down, as well as long-term retractable fencing for some congressional buildings. One security expert disagrees with that option.
It's going to be too slow to react. It's going to require manpower to deploy it and make sure that it's implemented correctly. Manpower, quite frankly, they don't have, and they don't have the luxury of anticipating exactly when those threats are going to present themselves.
But Jonathan Wackrow does agree with another key recommendation from General Honore.
We do think that everyone going into the Capitol that worked there should have complete background checks, and we need to improve the ability to process people with vestibules outside of the Capitol proper.
But those measures still might not have been enough on Friday. The Washington Post cites the brother of suspect Noah Green as saying Green's life had unraveled. He moved several times in recent months, his brother told the Post. He suffered hallucinations and paranoia, and finally texted his brother just before the attack to say he was going to live homeless. Experts say beefed up intelligence and manpower may still not have been enough to stop a suspect like Green.
It's like finding that needle in a haystack.
Some security experts are concerned that changes will take too long to implement. Former D.C. Chief Charles Ramsey says that making changes and increasing staff could take up to 2 years.
The Capitol police officer killed in last week's attack at the building will lie in honor in the Capitol's rotunda next week. Officer William Evans died Friday after a man rammed a vehicle into a barricade at the Capitol. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi ordered flags at the Capitol to be flown at half-staff in his honor the same day. Lying in honor is given to civilians being honored by the government. It's a rare honor that was last given to Brian Sicknick, the Capitol police officer killed in January's riot. Evans served on the Capitol Police Force for 18 years. And beautiful weather day, 80 degrees. That's all I got to say about it. 80 degrees, definitely not jeans weather.
Yeah, no, but it's definitely my favorite type of weather. Maddie, how's it looking out there?
Well, temperatures topped 80 degrees for the 2nd day in a row. How much longer will this above average temperature trend last? I'll have all the details after the break.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud.
Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day,
Millions of people are connecting
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together.
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort
to get to know each other.
on a deeper level. Father,
Cosplayer,
mentor.
actor.
It's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
and discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Welcome back. I'm Assistant Chief Weather Forecaster Maddie Johnson. Now, we've seen a lot of above average temperatures in the last week. We actually topped 80 degrees for the second day in a row. That's very unusual for this time of year. Today we topped out 80 degrees, not too far from that record high of 84 degrees set back in 1988. And one more day of 80-degree weather is possibly on the way for tomorrow. Now, temperatures are starting to cool down. 73 degrees out there right now in Muncie, 66 up to our north in Fort Wayne, 69 in Indianapolis. Now, as we head into the next 8 hours, it's going to be quite mild for an April night. Temperatures dropping from the upper 60s where they are right now down right around 60 by the time we get to the early morning hours tomorrow morning. We do end tonight with a low of 57 degrees, very mild, under mostly clear skies. Those winds light out of the southwest at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Taking a look at our radar right now, we were seeing clouds earlier in the day this afternoon. Those clouds have started to dissipate. We are seeing clearing conditions come into the viewing area ahead of our next weather system that's over here in Missouri and Iowa. This is going to move in during the day on Wednesday, bringing us those chances for some rain. Now, timing out those rain chances and the cloud cover for tomorrow on Precision Cast, as we head into the day on Wednesday morning, cloud cover does start to thicken by the time we get to about 8 a.m. on Wednesday. Those rain showers moving in, a band of rain moving from the west to the east across our viewing area, getting here by the time we get to 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, moving through our viewing area about 6 p.m. for your evening commute. Could see some heavier pockets of rain in Portland and Winchester. Can't rule out a couple rumbles of thunder here and there, although we're mostly expecting to be seeing rain tomorrow, not thunderstorms. Now, tracking into Thursday, we're seeing partly cloudy skies into Thursday morning before scattered rain gets here by the time we get to Thursday morning. Now, our NewsLink Indiana weather team will continue to track this system as it gets closer and bring you more updates. Now, heading into the day tomorrow, a beautiful day to play golf, starting out 60 degrees, very mild, partly cloudy skies at 8 a.m. That rain does move in. We top out at a high of 79 degrees by the time we get to 5 p.m. Those winds out of the south, 5 to 15 miles per hour tomorrow. Now, taking a look at our 5-day temperature trend, we're seeing this above average temperature trend continue. Temperatures ranging from the mid to upper 60s, about 70 degrees for the next 5 days. Now, with these seasonably above average temperatures does come a much more spring-like pattern. Let's take a look at the mid 7-day forecast. We're seeing that rain move in by the time we get to Wednesday, lingering into early Thursday morning. Those temperatures staying in the mid to upper 60s, around 70 degrees. More rain moving in by the time we get to Saturday, though, widespread rain that day, a high of 67 degrees. So really beautiful conditions the next couple of days. You might need an umbrella as you head outside, though, with the scattered rain.
Or a nice tan.
Yeah, definitely good to get your tan on.
Yes,
Definitely.
very true.
While it's hot outside, something cool is brewing here at Ball State. Blake Dollier has the latest in sports. Here's a preview.
Well, it's pretty cool indeed. And have you guys noticed the inside the Robert Bell building? Because if you haven't, if you have, you've probably seen something about like this. The inside of it looking really neat. We'll tell you what it's all about, the old testing lab, and more, turning into a new facility. We'll have all that and more next in sports.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet if you are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener and loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to theshelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Problems. The ones nobody talks about at cocktail parties. We go looking for them. No matter the obstacles, no matter the odds, we surround a community's most critical problems, and we fight. United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Will you?
It doesn't take a scientist to cure hunger or a fancy economist to create safe housing. It takes imagination, creativity, sweat equity. And I think of kids going to school hungry. Hunger, homelessness. In this land of plenty, seriously? Come on, we could fix this. Help out, or don't. The choice is yours.
Weeknights, NewsLink Indiana brings you the news before you go to bed.
But Friday mornings, you're waking up with Cardinal weather. We've got the latest news headlines.
Freezing temperatures have set in all the way down in Louisiana.
One man dead after flooding in Venice, Italy.
Up-to-the-minute weather conditions.
Cold temperatures are the story this morning.
And of course, lots of fun.
It is not
What
funny.
on earth is happening there?
I feel sorry for the little guy.
I've got my socks on. Annie with her curly hair, which is actually never curly. Join us Friday mornings at 8 on Facebook Live.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Blake Dahlier with sports. An update on a story we brought to you yesterday. Ball State Esports cutting the ribbon for the grand opening of its new facility yesterday. NewsLink Indiana's Blake Chapman takes us inside the new building.
I'm just happy to be a part of something so new and get to help open an amazing facility like this, be a part of this program at this school, and help kind of usher in the new wave here.
Parker Evans, captain of the Valorant team, says that the expansion has been a long time coming.
It means everything to us. This is what we've been working for. I see this as, a new beginning. It's time to really lock down, work harder, and start getting some wins, and start entering some tournaments and really getting together.
At the rate it's going, the commitment schools, not just Ball State is making, but other schools as well, in terms of not just facilities, but the commitment to scholarships, the commitment to the technology, and then in our case and a few other schools, the commitment to academic programming. That kind of goes in sync with the esports program.
Even with critics, Evans thinks their commitment to sport will shine through.
Probably this is one of the largest parts of my life. I put a lot into this, especially being the captain, and I'm going to keep fighting until I graduate. I'm going to keep getting better, and I'm going to make this team as good as possible. If the critics want to say whatever they want to say, go right on ahead. I'm going to keep on playing video games for Ball State.
In Muncie, Blake Chapman, NewsLink, Indiana.
And the esports team is actually a MAC-sanctioned sport, so congratulations to them getting things underway. Now, from the inside of Robert Bell to the shoe, how about a congressman in the house? He's a U.S. representative from Indiana's 6th District and the brother of former VP Mike Pence. But today, he wasn't focused on politics. No, he was focused on football. Pence stopping out by Ball State today to honor the Arizona champions, your Ball State Cardinals, on his way through Muncie.
What a great honor to be presented with a congressional record that Congressman Pence delivered to us.
Absolutely amazing there. Now, how about the big dance finale? Let's take a quick look at some quick hits from last night's NCAA championship. Baylor had every reason to be excited throughout the night, and it wasn't drizzling twos, it was raining threes, courtesy of Jared Butler for Baylor, up big, but it wasn't just one. It was several, shooting stellar 43% from beyond the arc, coast to coast, round the horn. Adam Flagler, curse, splash. Baylor soaks it in, the confetti everywhere after its first national title.
It's just really cool to say that we did that in the midst of adversity, in the midst of tribulations, and to bring it home for Baylor, it's amazing.
And now finally an update on the final championship standings yesterday. Let's take a look at our NewsLink Indiana Bracket Challenge and see where the final standings ended up. Here's our top 5. Winning it all, Emily Harless. And then, I hate to say this, but I lost, guys. Second place, that's me. And then in third, Vinny Martirano, tied for 4th, Jet Swigel, Natasha Leland. Now how about the biggest losers? Bottom 5, tied for 18th, Libby Kleemeyer, Logan Salzbrenner. 20th, knotted up, Anthony Battles, Zach Jones. 22nd, Alex Stoker. I mean, who picks Missouri to win? What was that? And then, trying her very best, Maddie Johnson. You know, I looked at those bracket standings. I didn't see your guys' names on there. What was going on?
Well, I don't know. I think I'd be a little careful. I heard we got a little bit of dirt on it.
Yeah, we might not have the bracket.
What do you mean dirt on me? I mean, you guys couldn't even make a bracket. What could you possibly have on me?
We heard around the newsroom you don't have any moves.
Woo! And we got to give, Emily, come up here. We got to give a quick congratulations.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
The MAC tournament, what am I thinking? NCAA tournament, only one MAC team in the finals this year. But Emily, congratulations.
I mean, thank you for that, and thank you for doing sports tonight, and you guys for inviting me. But after the break, we will have an update on One Ball State Day. Stay with us.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem. Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now? Right now.
You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. Emily Harless is back with another update on One Ball State Day.
Yeah, guys, you know, we completely surpassed last year's goal. We only raised about $534,000 last year. Currently, looking on their website, we have raised $677,000. So an insanely amount higher than it was last year. And that is from 7,000 gifts from, once again, like faculty donors, things like that. But thank you guys for letting me talk about this. And thank you for everyone who donated to One Ball State Day for us today.
Thank you, Emily. Anyone who has been to a restaurant recently may have noticed a difference.
If you went looking for a ketchup bottle or maybe some packets, you might have been disappointed. That's because there's actually a shortage of ketchup. Restaurants have relied heavily on takeout orders to survive COVID-19, and that caused for a need for more ketchup packets. And according to restaurant business platform Plate IQ, the ketchup shortage has caused packet prices to rise 13% since January of 2020. But USA Today reports that Heinz is working to increase its supplies in order to produce 12 billion packets a year. Now, Maddie, please tell me that those cold temperatures are not catching up with us anytime soon.
Well, Grace, Grace, you're not going to be disappointed. It's going to be a very spring-like week ahead. 79 degrees tomorrow. Rain moving in by the time we get to the afternoon. Can't rule out a couple of rumbles of thunder here or there in the afternoon. That scattered rain lingering into Thursday morning. 70 degrees for your Thursday. 71 for Friday with those sunny skies before rain returns for Saturday. A 60% chance of rain there. The high of 67 degrees. So a very spring-like forecast, with very above average temperatures.
Well, and that's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And as always, for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.